Welcome back to Depreciation Lab. In this video, we're going to go through uploading bulk assets. So if you have a business tier account, then only you can have a feature of bulk uploading. After you have signed in with your business account, you need to go to bulk upload Excel import, and we're going to start with standard methods walkthrough. So you go to standard method, and if you already have asset loaded, you need to wait for a few seconds until your assets are loaded from the cloud. Now we have three options or three tabs. One is input, calculation result, and history. So to start uploading your asset, you first need to download the standard template, which I have shown you before with number of columns. And that you can download like this and store it to your desired location, and then update the same based on this guidance on the screen. So asset ID in the template is required, block of asset is required, asset name is required, purchase date is required, asset cost is required, salvage value required, useful life required, and method required. Other columns are optional. So the template we're gonna upload is here. So this is the test template I'm gonna upload, and we're gonna go through all the pitfalls and edge cases. Since I only updated the template like this, all the columns, and I have deliberately kept some error columns so I can show you the feature of validation when you upload the template. So first I'm going to close this and I'm going to come here. I will go here and take the template, which is this standard method. And as you can see, it already has imported and assessed 3 invalid rows. So to know what exactly wrong with these 3 rows, you need to go down. And here you can see 3 skip rows. So out of 1000 rows or 1000 asset, I should say, 3 assets or 3 rows are invalid, but rest 997 are valid, and for that calculation will run. So again, if you go down and check, so we have a row 51 where asset ID is missing. So this is a compulsory field which must have a value and a valid value. Then we have asset ID, this asset ID which is valid, but the problem is in this column, useful life, it must be a number. So there is a text field there, or it is empty, but here there is a wrong data type. Same with this particular asset on 501 row, which is asset ID STD-00500, and here the asset cost is not a number, it must be another value. So now you can open the same template. So let me open it and check each rows to check what's going on there. So here, as you can see, row 51, there is no asset ID. And in row 231, we have issue with the useful life. It's missing. And in 501 row, we have missing cost. So the Depreciation Lab ensures that you upload valid data. Every time you try to upload, it validates all the rows. We're going to continue calculating the depreciation for this 997 valid data, 997 valid assets. Also, you need to be sure, as I mentioned in earlier introductory video, that now whatever I do, currently if you can see we have 10 assets, which I did a test before. So now when I'm going to upload this 997 assets, this 10 asset data will go away. So you need to make sure that you export all the reports before you run another upload. So that is a must. Otherwise, this 10 assets depreciation and reports will go away. That means you need to have a backup of this in form of these reports. Now, that being said, let's run the calculation. So I'm going to click this big green button, run calculation for 997 assets. It will take a few seconds, and here you go. Once you run the calculation, the tab will switch to calculation result. And you might be wondering why there are no values here, because currency types, we have this much currencies. And if you flip to the currencies, you will see different values. Okay. So for example, if you go to USD, you have this much 382 assets with this much value, gross asset value of 599 million, initial investment 570, and addition of 28 million. And then current year FI result, that is current year's depreciation is 28,754,000. This is your accumulated depreciation, net book value, impairment loss, total proceeds, sale proceed of sale transaction, and realized loss or gain on the assets which are sold. And here you can see all the assets can see different pages and the status. So for example, here we have impairment of asset, but it's still active. So you can flip through all the assets. It has a 16 pages. And you can always click and see inside what's going on. So let's take a case of impairment and depreciation. Impaired and depreciated, and you can see impairment here. Here also you can see impairment. There are the various filters which you can filter here. If you want to see only SLN methods and USD, you can see the assets here. If I go back, you will see we have 8 pages worth of data for SLN method and USD. If you flip to another currency, you will see the data accordingly. Now, if you export the report, we have 3 options. One is asset register, a classic summary version of the 997 assets. Then annual schedule and monthly schedule. So let's download them one by one. We'll go to asset register and we'll download it. So if you quickly do a count, you will see here 997 assets with full summary data, including the status. So basically it's showing whatever your on-screen results are, it is showing there. Basically this report, a little bit in more detail. Then let's download annual schedule. So this is your annual schedule, which will show depreciation, currency, all the transactions, events, effective rate for the depreciation, current salvage value, remaining months. So this particular report is fully auditable. And if you give this to auditors, I believe they'll be quite happy to see all details and calculation logically in one report. Now let's see monthly report. And this is your monthly report. Of course, the monthly report will have more rows, so it will be a large data set. And if you want to run calculation, further analysis or calculation, you can do that. You might use Power Query to bring this data as a source, or you can also bring it to Power BI. So this is how depreciation bulk import work for standard methods. And these are the steps you need to follow. So the pitfalls you must be keeping in mind. So you must keep in mind while uploading the new template that old data will be overwritten. So you must take a backup or export all these 3 reports, and then you do a fresh import. Always take care of validations, which are really critical, as we've seen here, but Depreciation Lab will tell you to correct this. So once you correct this and re-import, or your calculation will be fine and correct. So this is a very useful feature for importing bulk data. So if you have hundreds or even up to 1,000 assets, you can use this particular feature to do your calculation. Thank you very much for watching. And if you have any question, please drop them in the comment below. For this particular feature, you must have a business tier account with Depreciation Lab. Thank you so much.